Hello and welcome. So, today we're going to talk about something, well, something that I think is on a lot of people's minds right now.
Mm.
With the year coming to an end, we're looking ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely that time, isn't it? A time for thinking, but maybe not for making those huge, scary plans. This is more about quiet thought.
Exactly. And have you ever had that feeling where you just have too many things to do at once?
Oh, all the time.
It's not just being busy. It's like,
Uh-huh.
it feels like you're trying to drink a whole swimming pool of water
Yeah.
at the same time.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, you just can't.
You can't. And that feeling is what we're going to talk about managing today. Our whole goal here is just to practice some real, everyday English conversation.
Right. And you don't need to understand every single word. The idea is to just relax and let the conversation flow.
This is a slow, clear conversation.
Yeah.
We're not going to be using big, complicated words.
Yeah, this is perfect if you're, not a total beginner, but maybe not fully advanced yet either.
We've got a simple plan for today. First, we're going to look back at the past year.
Then we'll look ahead with three simple ideas. And after that, we'll do our word tour to explain some of the best English phrases we used.
So maybe grab a cup of tea, find a comfortable spot, and just relax. You can think about your own year as we talk.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so before we can figure out where we're going, we have to look at where we've been.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people do this wrong sometimes.
Hmm.
They focus on, like, did I make enough money? Did I get that promotion?
Exactly. Those are external things, and they don't really tell the whole story, do they?
No.
So the question we want to ask is, how does the past year feel right now? Not how it looks on social media, but how it feels inside.
That's such a good distinction.
Yeah.
Because our memory can be tricky. We remember the big highlights or the really bad moments.
And we forget all the stuff in the middle, the slow, quiet progress, or the slow, quiet problems.
So how do we look at it a better way?
Well, I like to think of the past year as like a garden. Yeah. You've been tending this garden for 12 months. Some plants, grew really strong and beautiful. Those are your successes.
Okay, I like that.
But maybe some other parts have weeds. And that's okay. The important thing is to look at both the flowers and the weeds.
And to do it without a lot of pressure, right? We're not here to judge ourselves harshly.
Oh, absolutely not. That pressure to have these huge, amazing goals, it's just not helpful. People who say, I'm going to change everything on January 1st.
They usually give up by January 15th.
Right. So we're just looking for small things, small daily things.
Okay, so let's start with one of those harder moments.
Yeah.
A lot of people this year talked about feeling the word is overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I read this great example. Imagine you're studying for a really important test. So your brain is already working hard,
Okay. A lot of mental energy.
a lot. At the exact same time, you're trying to move to a new apartment. So that's all physical and logistical stress.
Right. Two completely different kinds of stress.
And then your main tool, like your computer or your phone, it just breaks.
Oh, no.
Everything is urgent all at once. That's what being overwhelmed feels like. Your brain is just, it's too full.
It's too full to even make good decisions. You just start reacting. And that's when bad habits can start to form, right?
Yeah. What do people usually do then?
Well, a very modern habit is that the phone becomes the boss.
The boss. What do you mean?
You wake up, and the very first thing you do is check your phone, see what problems are waiting, and the very last thing you do at night.
Is also check your phone.
Exactly. You end the night with something called doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling. I think everyone knows this feeling.
Can you explain it?
It's when you're looking at sad or angry news on your phone,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes you feel worse and worse, but for some reason, you just can't stop scrolling.
You can't stop. And it's like you're pouring negativity into your brain right before you're supposed to rest. It's a really damaging habit.
Okay, so that's the hard moment. Let's pivot now. Let's talk about a good moment.
For sure. Because we have to remember the good stuff, too. The flowers in the garden.
And again, it doesn't have to be a huge thing.
No. Actually, the best moments are often the quietest. I was reading about someone who just had this quiet morning routine.
Okay.
They would just take some time to do a creative task, like drawing a picture or writing a real letter to a friend. No phone, no computer.
And the feeling they got from that wasn't excitement.
No, not at all. The feeling was calm. It was a feeling of being safe and centered. It's this reminder that you don't need a huge party or fireworks to feel happy.
I love that. And for our listeners, maybe your good moment was a really small success with your English.
Oh, that's a great example.
Maybe it was the first time you ordered coffee and the person understood you perfectly.
Yes. Or you understood a joke in a movie.
Right. Those little moments. Or for us, a listener wrote a note saying, this conversation helped them feel less alone. Those are the little lights from the year.
I think it's so important to remember those little lights.
So if we take the hard moment, being overwhelmed, and the good moment, that quiet, calm feeling, what's the lesson that's kind of hiding there?
That's the big question.
For me, I think the lesson is about energy, about my limits. I realize that when I say yes to everything, I kind of disappear.
Say more about that.
It's like my time is a small treasure chest.
Yeah.
If I spend that treasure on things that aren't important, I have nothing left for myself.
So when you choose to do fewer things,
I feel more alive, more present.
that's a huge lesson. For me, the lesson was about being more flexible.
How so?
Well, I used to have these perfect routines. And when my routine broke, which happened all the time, I would get so angry at myself.
Right, the all-or-nothing mindset.
Exactly. And I learned that small, kind habits are so much better than big, perfect ones that always fail. It's okay to change the map if the road is closed.
It's okay to change the map. I like that a lot.
So now we've looked back, this is where it gets really interesting. We are not trying to build a rocket ship to a new life. We are just changing the direction of our small boat.
Setting the sails for a better year. And the first step, which is maybe surprising, is about what we need to stop.
Right. We start by deciding what we don't want to carry with us anymore. It's like cleaning out a closet.
Cleaning out a closet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can't put new things in if it's already full of old stuff.
And we're talking about emotional stuff, too. There's this phrase, emotional baggage.
What does that mean exactly?
It's those old, heavy feelings, like worry or fear from the past. And you carry them into new situations, even when they don't belong there.
Okay, so what's one thing you think we should stop?
For me, it's stopping the phone from causing stress, especially at night. It creates this downward slide.
Downward slide. So it's like you start feeling a little bit annoyed and then it just gets worse and worse.
Exactly. It's a negative spiral.
Yeah.
And it slowly takes a toll on you.
What about you? What's your stop?
My stop is to stop operating in what I call robot mode.
Robot mode.
Yeah, or autopilot. It's when your body is doing something like opening the fridge or opening an app on your phone, but your mind isn't choosing to do it. You're living half asleep.
I think we all do that. So what could a listener stop? Maybe something simple.
It could be stopping yourself from saying yes when you're already exhausted.
Being a people pleaser.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or it could be to stop calling yourself bad names in your head when you forget an English word. That's a huge one for learners.
That is a huge one. Okay, so we stop something. What's next?
Next, we protect what's good. We often forget that some things in our lives are already working really well.
We don't need to change everything.
Right. We need to protect the good habits we already have.
So what's an example of something to keep?
For me, it's my simple evening ritual, the wind down time.
So like no phone.
Definitely no phone, no notifications, just, dim the lights, make some tea, read a few pages of a real book.
It sounds like you're dropping an anchor for your brain.
That's a perfect way to describe it. Instead of crashing into bed, you're slowly bringing the ship into the harbor. And that means you don't wake up feeling so...
frantic, like rushed and panicked.
Yeah, a good evening makes for a calm morning. Okay, what about you? What are you keeping? For me, it's the tiny walks.
Oh, I love that one.
Just 10 minutes, no goal, not for exercise, really, just to go outside and look at the sky.
And what does that do for you?
It's a reset. Like pushing the restart button on your brain, it makes everything feel calmer.
A reset button? That's so important to have.
Okay, so we've stopped one thing, we've kept one thing. Now for the exciting part. Starting something new.
But this can be the hardest part, can it? The idea of starting something can feel really Intimidating.
Yeah, intimidating is the right word. It feels too big or too scary.
Which is why we have to start with something that is not intimidating at all. We need a small Lego brick start.
A small Lego brick, you mean something tiny.
So tiny, it's almost impossible to fail. Just one little piece you can add each day. So what's your new Lego brick? I'm going to start talking to myself in English more.
Oh, that's a great one for language learners. How will you do it?
Just a simple running commentary. When I'm cooking, I'll describe what I'm doing. Now I am chopping the onions. It just keeps the language alive in my head.
That's so smart. No pressure at all. Okay, my start is to have one screen-free morning per week.
Just one.
Just one to start. The idea is to feel more grounded in the morning.
Grounded. What does that feel like?
Stable, calm, connected to yourself. Instead of having a crowded mind from looking at screens, you start the day with your own thoughts.
I love that. And it's possible. It doesn't have to be impressive. You're just negotiating with your alarm clock every morning.
Exactly. Negotiating with your sleepy brain. For a listener, maybe the small start is sending one voice note in English each week. Just one.
That's a perfect Lego brick.
Okay, so what does all this mean? I think now is a good time to slow down and look closely at the language we've been using.
The word tour. Let's do it.
Let's start with that big feeling we mentioned at the beginning. Overwhelmed.
Right. So overwhelmed. It's that feeling when there's just too much going on at once. Too many tasks, too many worries.
Exactly. Like your example of having 3 projects due on the same day, that is the definition of feeling overwhelmed.
Okay, next one. Doom scrolling.
Ah, the modern problem. This is when you just keep reading negative or sad things on your phone.
And it makes your mood go down, but you can't seem to stop. Reading too much sad news before bed is definitely doom scrolling.
For sure. What about autopilot? Or robot mode?
That's when you're doing things without really thinking. You're not making conscious choices.
Right, like a robot just following its old programs.
Yeah. Like when I'm really tired, I'll eat snacks on autopilot and I don't even notice the flavor of the food.
That's a perfect example. Okay, slightly deeper one. Emotional baggage.
Emotional baggage.
Yeah.
So these are the old, heavy feelings from the past, like pain or fear.
And you carry them with you into the present. For instance, she needed to deal with her emotional baggage from her last job before she could feel happy at her new one.
That makes sense. What about the phrase takes a toll?
This is a great one. It means something slowly hurts you or uses up your energy little by little.
So it's not a sudden problem, it's a slow one.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
constantly worrying about money takes a toll on your sleep.
I see. Okay, last one in this group. People pleaser.
A people pleaser is someone who always tries to make everyone else happy. They always say yes.
Even if it makes them tired or unhappy themselves.
Right. To stop being a people pleaser, you have to learn how to say no sometimes.
That's a hard lesson for many people.
It is. Okay, let's look at some of the more action and feeling words.
Let's start with wind down time.
This is that slow process of relaxing after a busy day, moving from busy to calm.
Like turning down the volume on your day. So I use 30 minutes of wind down time with music before I go to bed.
Perfect. What about reset?
A reset is when you start fresh again, like pushing a restart button for your mind.
Yeah. A quick break in the garden helped me reset my focus.
I like that. Okay, our favorite one, bite-sized.
Or our small Lego bricks. It just means very small, easy to manage pieces of a task or a goal.
I study English using bite-sized tasks, just 5 minutes at a time.
That's the best way to do it. Okay, now a feeling word. Frantic.
Frantic. That's feeling very stressed and rushed, like you're running everywhere inside your head.
Yeah. After sleeping through my alarm, my whole morning was frantic.
I know that feeling. What about intimidating?
Something is intimidating if it makes you feel small or scared, like it's too big for you to handle.
Speaking English on the phone can feel intimidating at first, but we have to try.
We do. Okay, the word negotiate.
So this means to discuss something, to reach an agreement, to make a deal.
Like I tried to negotiate the price of the used bicycle.
But we also used it in a funny way, right? Negotiating with yourself.
Right. Negotiating for 5 more minutes of sleep. Okay, what about poisoning? We use this in an emotional way.
Yeah. It means slowly making something worse or sick. Like when negative words hurt your confidence.
Or holding on to old anger is poisoning your peace of mind.
Exactly. Last one. Grounded.
This is a beautiful feeling. It's when you feel stable, calm, and connected to yourself. Not, flying all over the place with anxiety.
Like walking barefoot on the grass makes me feel grounded.
That's the perfect image for it.
So there you have it. That was our word tour. I think we've come full circle now.
We have. We looked back with some honesty, and we built a simple, clear strategy for moving forward.
One thing to stop.
One thing to keep.
And one thing to start. It's not a revolution. It's a quiet upgrade.
I like that, a quiet upgrade.
And to everyone listening, thank you so much for joining us, for showing up for yourself. We hope you leave feeling encouraged.
And knowing that real progress comes from small, consistent steps, not from huge, scary leaps.
We had a successful mission, a soft landing.
And just remember that repetition is so important, not just for learning English, but for changing your habits. So maybe listen to this again in a few weeks.
That's a great idea. See which of your small Lego bricks are holding strong.
Okay, we have one final request for you.
A little challenge to help you remember what we talked about today. What is the one word or lesson you learned that you want to use right away?
Was it that feeling of being grounded? Or maybe realizing you operate on autopilot sometimes?
Or maybe you've decided to prioritize your wind-down time.
Whatever it is, we want you to really think about it. Maybe write it down.
Or even better, write it in the comments below. We would love to see what you learned.
We really would.
Thank you again for spending this time with us. Take care of your energy.
And we'll talk to you soon.